And hello again, everyone. We welcome you to Tiffin University, the site for this Division III Baseball District Championship game. Absolutely gorgeous Saturday afternoon. We're set for a good one as Wapakoneta is set to battle Tiffin Columbian. With Mark Shine, I'm Randy Roberts. Mark, first of all, good to see you again.
Yeah, how about that?
Been a while
since basketball season.
Been a while since we've seen each other, but partner, there's an interesting matchup. We know how good Wapak is, featuring the WBL Player of the Year. Here's a Columbian team playing its best baseball at the right time of the season.
That's true. And the thing about Columbian is, through the tournament, they've pretty much been the upset specialist. Now, they were the number 7 seed, and they did defeat Mansfield-Madison 5-1 in their opening tournament game. But since then, a 1-0 shutout over top-seeded Defiance, and then a 14-8 win Thursday night against Lexington. Lexington was the number 5 seed, so this is a team that is hot at the right time. They do miss a key player. Johnny Brownmeyer, one of their top outfielders on the season, broke a hand, so they're missing one of their top players, a first-team all-conference player in the SBC Lake Division. But still, it's a team that's been hitting the baseball lately, and they've gotten good pitching and their best pitcher on the mound today.
Ed, you mentioned that 14-8 win over Lexington in the district semifinal to get here. What an up-and-down game. Led 2-0 after 2.5 innings. Gave up 8 runs in the bottom of the inning. Well, how did the Tornadoes respond? By scoring 5 in the 4th and 7 in the 5th, so offense on display.
Yeah, they did. They really got it going against Lexington. Again, Lexington was the 5 seed, so it's kind of a little bit of unexpected when number 7 beats number 5. And today they put their best pitcher on the mound in Isaiah Tilsey. Isaiah is a first-team all-conference player in their league as a pitcher. 1.95 ERA. We can give you stats later on, but they've got their best guy on the mound today, and that will be a challenge for this Wapakoneta team.
And we want to tell you that a pregame show is brought to you by the Side Rail in Wapakoneta, featuring signature burgers, appetizers, large portions, and specialty drinks. Open 7 days a week on Augley Street and online at the Side Rail Restaurant.com. Well, now that both teams have taken infield, looks like they're going to take a moment and re-drag the infield. So I'm going to call a small audible. We were going to wait and do lineups, but partner, while it looks like we've got some time, let's take a look at both these lineups for these two teams this afternoon.
Okay, let's go through the Tiffin Columbian. They will have Jackson Little be the leadoff hitter. Jackson is in right field. Jace Arias will be in left field. He hits second. The pitcher we mentioned a moment ago, Isaiah Tilsey, will be in the 3rd spot. The cleanup hitter is Bradley Willman. He's at 3rd. Blake Golden is the 2nd baseman. He hits 5th. The 6th hitter is Connor Reese. He's at 1st base. And then players at 7, 8, and 9, Ethan Wilcox in center. Jamison Wosner is behind the plate, and Braden Egbert is the shortstop today for Coach Nick Weber and the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes.
And for Wapakoneta, 19-5, second place in the WBL, as we already mentioned in our pregame. Columbian already with a win over the WBL champions this year.
Yeah, they defeated Defiance. Wapak gets here with 1-0 win over Salina and a 4-0 win over Ashland. Both of those were pitched by their all-conference player, back-to-back years for him, Drant Jolly. So they'll put Drew Bailey on the mound today. We'll get to his numbers as we progress into the game. Jolly will lead off and play short today. Bailey will be the pitcher and bat second. The 3rd hitter is Griffin Miracle. Griffin's the catcher today. Number 21, Mason Ludwig, is the DH today. He will hit for Blake Rogers, who plays in right field. The 5 hitter is Joel Moore. He's at 1st base. Darren Hauser is at 3rd. The 7, 8, and 9 hitters, the 2nd baseman, Ethan Brandt. The 8th hitter is Zach Fisher in left, and Jarrett Mullen will be in center field and bat 9th for Coach Jason Brandt.
And again, our starting lineup has been brought to you by the Side Rail in Wapakoneta, featuring signature burgers, appetizers, large portions, and specialty drinks. Open 7 days a week on Augley Street and online at the Side Rail Restaurant.com. So, Mark, while we have just a quick moment here, what are you looking forward to in this one this afternoon?
Well, I think that comes down to the 2 pitchers. Obviously, Drew Bailey, you look at his numbers. He's 4-1 on this season. His ERA is 2.352. He's been a competent pitcher all year long, but he's facing a team that's been very hot with the bats recently in the presence of Tiffin Columbian. And how will Tilsley face against a Wapakoneta team that's experienced and runs the bases very, very well? Jolly's got 23 stolen bases. Bailey's got 11. So when you get people on for Wapakoneta, they're going to run the bases. That challenges your pitching staff and your catcher.
All right, looking forward to what should be a good one. And as Mark mentioned it, see how deep that pitching staff for Wapak is. First time in the postseason, they're going to have to use a number 2. And maybe a number 3. We'll see how far they have to go if they want to move on to the regional winner. This one's going to move on. They're going to play in Avon in a regional semifinal, and that is
Crusher Stadium.
Crusher.
What a name. I mean, I want to play in Crusher Stadium. That's June 4th at 2 p.m.
Yeah, so
they already know who they're going to play. They're going to play Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's, who defeated Medina Highland on the 29th of May.
Hey, I don't know if you know this. LeBron James went there.
Did he?
You might have heard that a time or two.
Does he play hockey? No, he's at Ohio State. No, whatever. He's a good player.
He went to Duke. No, he didn't go to Duke. He went to Akron. No, he didn't.
He did something. I know
that.
that.
Yeah, he did something. He's a famous alum. I know that one.
Yes.
So looking forward to what should be a good one. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll be ready for the opening pitch here. It's District Championship Baseball at WOSN. Brady Roberts, Mark Shine back with you here from Tiffin University, where we are just about ready to go for this Division III baseball district title. Had a bit of, I want to say a delay, but they re-drugged the field after both teams took warm-ups, Mark, in this place. Tip-top shape, ready to go.
It really is. The temperature at game time is going to be 63 degrees, Randy. It's very windy today, and most of the time it is blowing in from left field. Every once in a while it swirls a bit, but if you're going to hit one out to left field today, you're going to have to put a lot of steam behind the ball.
Yeah, if you're just going to hit one out in general, this is a symmetrical park, a big park. Believe we agree on 325 down the lines, 375 in the alleys, and we would love to tell you what it is to dead center, but there's no sign, and Mark didn't feel like stepping it off.
And not only that, but there's an elevated fence in center field compared to the rest of it by only a foot or two. But if you're going to hit one out of here, that's going to be a difficult thing. Here's Drew Bailey on the mound, 4-1 on the season, 41.2 innings, 35 hits. His ERA is 2.352, 49 Ks, 15 walks. He's hit 7 batters as he faces Jackson Little.
And again, when he throws this opening pitch, he will be the first pitcher not named Grant Jolly to throw a pitch in the postseason for Wapak. It's in for a strike, and we are underway.
Jackson Little, it's 371 on the season, leadoff hitter.
Little playing right. He will look at a second strike, so quickly he falls behind Bailey. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 offering now on the way. That one will bounce its way to the plate. Good stop behind the dish for Griffin Miracle. And the left-handed batting Little ready to go once again. 1-2 offering coming in. Has Little stepping back, and that's going to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Right fielder for the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes today.
2-2 offering is going to be a called strike 3 on the inside part of the plate.
Good pitch. Froze him inside with that one. Got a called strike 3, and the first strikeout of the game, of course, for Bailey. He has 49 of those in 41 2/3 innings this season.
And that is a Binkley Real Estate strikeout. Binkley Real Estate has effective sales approaches, effective marketing campaigns, extensive network that'll get you results that move you. Now we will see Jace Arias step to the plate, the left fielder.
328's his numbers on the season.
And now the count after that strike, even at a ball and a strike. Crowd still filling in here. This is little stadium seating. Everyone's set up. This one's going to be a little nubber down the first base line. Is going to roll foul. And it's going to be a ball and 2 strikes.
That's one, Randy. You want to get your first baseman down there and touch that one in a hurry. There's a lip of grass right there that could have directed it back onto the field. But Moore got there in time. Joel Moore got there in time to make sure that did not occur.
So Arias will step back in, now down 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Top of the first inning on our least famous recipe chicken scoreboard. 1-2 offering. Bouncer high hop to Jolly at short. Takes a bit of a step, gets the throw over to Moore in time. And there's now 2 up and 2 down in the top half of the first.
Really good job from Jolly. Of course, he's a North Carolina State recruit. Is going to play some baseball there, but didn't rush things. Just took his time and made the play.
And it's going to bring up the pitcher for the Tornadoes, Isaiah Tilsey. First offering is going to skip past everyone to the backstop for ball 1.
.413 hitter on the season. That leads this club in average.
You see a team leader in a lot of things, including hits, which makes sense, and RBI as well. Team leader in doubles with 5. He's going to look at one just off the plate. He's now ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. We mentioned our pregame Columbian playing their best ball of the year, 2-0 pitch away from, so being very careful against the over 400 hitter in the middle of the lineup.
Our viewpoint is right at the back here of Tilsey, so it's difficult to gauge with the outside part of the plate, inside of the plate with some of these pitches. We know that one's outside, though.
3-0 misses. Tilsey will draw the 4-pitch walk. And it's going to bring up the cleanup hitter. And this Columbian lineup, Bradley Willman, third baseman. And he looks every bit the part of a cleanup hitter.
He is a big young man, isn't he? Big lead over there for the base runner. You can see that Bailey's trying to keep him close. 12 stolen bases on the season for Isaiah Tilsey. And he's got a good lead.
First pitch will just miss for ball 1. So as we mentioned in our pregame for Columbian, a win over Mansfield-Madison to kick off the tournament 5-1. And then the one that I think opened eyes around the area in the sectional final went to Defiance, blanked the Bulldogs, who won the WBL 6-0. And then their come-from-behind win with 2 big innings against Lexington in the district semifinal. There's a strike in to the third baseman for the Tornadoes. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Bailey set 1-2 offering. This one's going to be hit in the air out towards center field, racing back slightly. Will be Jarrett Mullen. He's able to make the grab for out number 3. So the 2-out walk does no damage. Still no score on our least famous recipe chicken scoreboard. We'll take a timeout here on WOSN. No score after half an inning. Wapakoneta coming up to bat for the first time, and we want to tell you that today's baseball game is presented by Charles River in Spencerville. Proud to support area athletes and students. Visit criver.com for more information. And this first inning is brought to you by IC Signs in Wapakoneta. Local, fast, and friendly. Check us out at icsigns.net. So Grant Jolly, the shortstop today for Wapak, will dig in to begin the bottom half of inning number 1.
Talk about somebody who's a starter. He hits .515 on the season, and he's got 23 stolen bases. And we watched Tilsey warm up a bit. He's got a high leg kick, and if you see Grant Jolly on base, he's got a chance to really move around the bases against this windup.
First offering from Tilsey makes its way to the plate just above the belt and in for strike 1. And that batting average improved. Jolly heading into the district at .508, up to .515.
See Williman in really close at third. Wants to take away the bunt opportunity as swings to that pitch.
As Jolly finds himself in a hole, no balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff man, the bottom half of the first for Wapak. Couple of tight wins to get here. 1-0 over Salina, 4-0 over Ashland. This one just reaching out, sends this one out to left center field. Center fielder's going to call everyone off like they should. And the catch is made by Ethan Wilcox for out number 1.
Got the ball at the end of the bat. You said he's kind of flicked at it a little bit with a 2-strike count, trying to protect as the pitcher Bailey steps in. Once again, the third baseman down here, Wilman in tight.
So here is Drew Bailey. Bailey in the back half of that right-handed batter's box strides forward as he looks at strike 1.
Tilsey pitched 47 pitches in their district semifinal win, try to stabilize things a little bit until their offense could get going. He did not start the game. Good breaking ball right there. What's going to be pumping the strike zone right now?
Looked at strike 2 for Bailey. So Bailey, like Jolly, finds himself down, no balls, 2 strikes. Now the 0-2 offering. This one is going to be bouncer called foul at third base. That one had to be close.
It was very close. We don't have the best of angles to tell exactly where that was crossed the bag and how it crossed the bag, but it goes to 0-2 in the count.
So Drew Bailey stays alive. Now that 0-2 offering, that one will be off the plate. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count.
First ball he's thrown after 6 consecutive strikes. Hard throwing young man.
So he generates a lot of movement. He'll come over the top. 1-2 comes downwards, swung on and missed, and Bailey will strike out. And again, it is a Binkley Real Estate strikeout. Binkley Real Estate has an effective sales approach, effective marketing campaigns, and extensive network that will get you results that move you.
Isaiah Tilsley has struck out 58 batters in 43 innings, so no surprise there that he's able to blow one away.
It's going to bring up the left-handed hitting Griffin Miracle, the catcher for Wapak. We can see the Columbian coaches continuing to have their third baseman Willman step in as he's now a handful of steps into the grass in front of the bag. The count evens out 1 ball, 1 strike for Miracle.
In those 43 innings, 19 walks, 1.95 ERA for Isaiah Tilsley.
1-1 offering. This one is going to be bounced foul. That one done slightly easier. Now with 2 strikes, we'll see Willman play back behind the bag. 1-2 offering. This one high bouncer. Tilsley comes off the mound to field it. Long throw is made in time to first to Connor Reese. And it is a 1-2-3 inning. So Wapak unable to do anything. No score after 1 on our least famous recipe chicken scoreboard. And we'll take a timeout here at WOSN. We move to the top half of inning number 2. No score on our least famous recipe chicken scoreboard as Blake Colden. Second baseman for the Tornadoes will dig in as they will face Drew Bailey. Bailey allowed just the 2-out walk, got out of any damage. First ball is going to be line foul.
In the opening inning, Drew Bailey threw 17 pitches. Nine of them were for strikes. Starts this off with a foul ball.
Second day of the tournament, usually I don't want to say less important, lesser of the important days when you worry about pitch counts. When we talked, do you use your ace in the semifinal to get to the final? Do you try to save him? Here's another looper-bound foul on that first base side. Pitch counts then become important is that after you get to that magic number where you have to take a couple of days off. Hence why they just go normally with just the 1 day in between. Kind of forces teams to have to use multiple guys. Mark, you probably remember I would say the old way. You could carry one pitcher deep into the tournament when you're only playing one tournament game a week.
Well, Randy, I will tell you this story. The 125 rule in Bellevue, Ohio is known as the Brian Schubert rule, and I will explain why in just a moment.
Full count pitch coming here to Galden. This one's going to be cut on and missed, and it's another Binkley Real Estate strikeout, and that is strikeout number 2 for Drew Bailey.
Well, the reason is, in 1986, Brian Schubert pitched the semifinals of the state tournament and the finals in back-to-back days through all 14 innings. And after that, guess what? We got a 125-pitch rule came in.
Weird how that happens.
Went on to Kent State, was eventually drafted by the Detroit Tigers and spent a few years there before deciding it was time to get a real job in education and coaching. There's a ball hit well.
And it's Connor Reese. This one hangs in the air long enough for Zach Fisher in left, able to come over and make the grab for out number 2. So Ethan Wilcox, the center fielder, will now step in for Columbian.
And I just happen to know that because I coached that young man in basketball.
First pitch off the plate for ball 1. So 1-0. This one hit down the line. That's going to be a fair ball. First hit either team's got of the game. It's going to be a single down the right field line for Ethan Wilcox.
Good job. Ball got inside on the fist, turned his bat around and got his wrist behind the ball and flipped it out there into the right field line area. First hit of the game, as you said.
So that's going to bring up the catcher, Jamison Wasner.
Wilcox has 5 stolen bases on the season.
Second time in a row, Columbians had a base runner with 2 outs. Well, back in my newspaper days, I got to interview a man named Steve Fireovid from Bryan, Ohio, who in 1975 pitched every inning of every postseason game on the way to a state title.
How about that? Good pitch.
Cut on and missed. A team that I believe he said they were 9-15 going into the tournament.
He got to pitch them all.
And they found something that works under Hall of Fame coach Ray Sumter. This one bounces its way to the plate.
Good job by Miracle.
Wilcox thought about it, and he retreats back to the bag at first.
A lot of room between home plate and the backstop here. That ball gets loose as it runs easily to second base.
There's a decent amount of foul territory as there's one cut on and missed. Let's count even 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Wasner.
That pitch had some speed behind it, was down and away. Good pitch. See where he comes with this one.
2-2 offering. That one is going to be taken for strike 3. So that is 2 strikeouts in the inning. I believe 3 in the game now for Bailey. And it's Binkley Real Estate strikeout. Binkley Real Estate is effective sales approach, effective marketing campaigns, and extensive network that'll get you results that move you. So no scores. We head to the bottom of the second. We'll take a timeout here on WOSN. Well, Mason Ludwig, the designated hitter for Wapak, will lead things off here in the bottom of the second as they try to answer Isaiah Tilsey. Had a pretty good time of it pitching to the top half of this Wapak order in the first inning.
That he did. He threw just 12 pitches in the opening inning, and 10 of them were for strikes. So very pitch efficient in the opening inning.
Got another one here to Ludwig to begin bottom half of inning number 2. That one's going to be cut on and missed as well. The second inning brought to you by IC Signs in Wapakoneta, local, fast, and friendly. Check us out at icsigns.net. 0-2 now the count. This one is going to come in high and hit off the backstop. That one actually might have caught the netting.
Tilsey, as you can tell, really throws hard. Now, that time he tried to overthrow the ball, and his release point wasn't correct. It sailed high. But that young man, everything he's thrown today has been hard, even his breaking ball.
1-2 offering now coming to Ludwig, who is batting for Blake Rogers in right field. Ludwig try to take a little something off the swing. He'll cut through it and miss, and he'll strike out to begin the bottom of the second.
Second strikeout for Tilsey.
Another Binkley Real Estate strikeout, and that will send up Joel Moore, the first baseman.
246 hitter on the season.
Moore steps in. First offering is going to line this one fair in left field. One heading towards the line, slicing into the corner. That one's going to be cut off by Arias. It's going to go for a single in the first hit of the afternoon for Wapak.
The ball got out into the outfield and then died in the grass out there, and I think Moore gave thought to going on to second base, but wisely held up. And that will bring in Hauser and his .271 average.
So Darren Hauser will step in. First time Wapak has a runner on base. Hauser playing at third today. We'll look at ball 1. First time we'll get a chance to take a look at Tilsey with a runner on.
Just a single stolen base on the season for Joel Moore.
1-0 offering. That one's going to be cut on and missed. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike to Hauser. 1-1 offering. That one will catch the outside part of the plate.
That one was a breaking ball he took a little bit off of, and everything has been hard to this point.
It's Joel Moore with a small lead over at first base as Hauser will ask for time. And now the 1-2 offering comes in high, so they'll even the count again. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Infield looking at double play depth. Little at second base, Egbert at short.
2-2 offering. That one is going to be cut on and missed. So second strikeout of the inning for Tilsey. And again, it is a Binkley Real Estate strikeout. Binkley Real Estate is effective sales approach, effective marketing campaigns, an extensive network that'll get you results that move you. And now Ethan Brandt, the second baseman, steps in with a runner on 2 outs, no score on our Lee's famous recipe chicken scoreboard. So first pitch, a ball to Brandt. And now he'll dance at one out of the way. He's got the count in his favor. 2 balls, no strikes.
Ethan Brandt, the second baseman, 231 batting average for him on the season.
Can't hold up in time.
Pitch was up in the zone. He thought it might have been high, but by the time he decided not to pull the trigger, he'd already gotten the bat across the plate.
Quick throw over to first. Moore will get back. It's that white uniform dirty.
Makes him proud.
Mm-hmm.
Makes mom unhappy because she's got to wash it.
Gives mom something to do. 2-1 offering. That one either dropped by the catcher or glanced off his glove, and it's called strike at the plate.
Wooster got back to that one in a hurry. I thought there might have been enough for Moore to move up a base, but not willing to take a chance.
Let's count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Brandt. Now the 2-2 offering, that one off the plate, and the count is run full.
This will allow Moore to take off at first base with a full count and 2 outs. See if Tilsey throws over once just to remind him.
And Tilsey shook off the first sign. Now there goes the runner. 3-2 pitch. That off-speed pitch will have Brandt swinging and missing, so he will sprinkle a single in between striking out the side. Another Binkley Real Estate strikeout as we've got no score through 2, and we'll take a timeout here in WOSN. We move to the top of the 3rd inning, and the premier sponsor for Wapakoneta today is Ely Funeral Home and Crematory, a name you can trust and a proud supporter of Wapak Athletics. There's one through the right side, first pitch for Braden Egbart, who's going to reach to begin the top half of inning number 3.
Yeah, bounced that through the hole there. Just in the right place, a couple of hops to get past Moore and Brandt. Leadoff hitter up, and let's see what happens with Little here in this inning. Does he want to play small ball and bunt him around?
You and I were talking in between innings. This has the feeling of one of those low-scoring games.
It does.
So with that leadoff man on, even though it's only the 3rd inning, do you play for one thinking that might be the only one you need?
Well, he takes a strike in the opening pitch.
So Little was a strikeout victim's first time up. He's going to line this one to left field. Zach Fisher right there did not have to move much, and he will make the grab for out number 1. More importantly, that runner stays at first base. So that brings up Jace Arias, who is the left fielder and a ground-out victim his first time up. So Bailey will throw over, working quickly with that runner on.
Egbert has 7 stolen bases on the season. He's got a good lead at first base.
Squaring to bunt and fouling it away will be Arias.
See the third baseman Hauser coming in. He's already well inside the grass here at third base. Try to knock off that lead runner if they can.
Bailey watching that runner. Next offering, that one's going to be cut on and missed.
High fastball he couldn't catch up to.
Well, Drew Bailey's got the count in his favor. No balls, 2 strikes to the number 2 man in the Columbian order.
Even with 2 strikes, Hauser's still in at third.
Now that 0-2 offering, this one is going to be bounced foul on the third base side. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors for Columbian. No runs and a hit, no errors on our Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken scoreboard. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, located in Wapak, Devils, St. Mary's, and now open in Upper Sandusky. Lee's is not just famous for chicken, we're famous for catering too. 0-2, there's a called strike 3, and that is another Binkley Real Estate strikeout.
Really good pitch, low and on the outside part of the plate. Froze him that time, and that is strikeout number 5. I think that's what I got. No, 4. Excuse me, 4. Yep. Here's Tilsey.
So he drew a walk his first time up. He's up to swing. He will miss for strike 1.
Just looks like an athlete, doesn't he?
He does.
You know, a lot of times, in Major League Baseball, you got pitchers, you don't let them touch the ball, you don't let them catch pop-ups or whatever. But in high school baseball, oftentimes one of your best athletes, your pitcher, here's a runner going.
Throw is not in time, as Egbert will slide underneath the tag, and he's got a stolen base.
Pretty good throw that time. Bounced up into the second baseman's catch area. Slapped it down. Pitch was called a ball.
So 1-1, a runner in scoring position now for Tilsey. Next one comes in low. Count now 2 balls and a strike.
Good job by Miracle again, keep the ball in front of him.
Bailey looks back at that runner at second. 2-1 offering. This one hit high in the air, right center field. This one is going to hang up long enough where Jaron Mullen in center field will slide over and make the grab. So the leadoff single does no damage as Wapak gets out of trouble. We go to the bottom of the third, still no score here on WOSN. No score as we move to the bottom half of inning number 3. And today's game is presented by Charles River in Spencerville. Proud to support area athletes and students. Visit criver.com for more information. And this third inning is brought to you by IC Signs in Wapakoneta, local, fast, and friendly. Check us out at icsigns.net.
Eight, 9-1 for Wapak in the third. Fisher, Mullen, and back to the top of the order with Jolly.
So Fisher in left field looks to bunt. He's going to lay one down the first base line. Tilsey able to come off the mound well, field it, gets the throw to first. Quickly, there's one up and one gone.
Well, that's the same thing we mentioned a little earlier. Tilsey's a really good athlete. You can see how quickly he got off the mound. He does fall towards the first base side a bit when he pitches, and he was there to make a nice play.
Now they're expecting Mullen to do the same thing. His third baseman, Bradley Willman, well in on the grass. First one comes in chest high for ball 1.
We need a tape recorder, and we'll just tape record. Bradley Willman is moving in at third base, and we could just punch, play, and we wouldn't have to say it because he does for every batter.
Second one in high as well. It's 2 balls, no strikes now for Mullen, the center fielder in this Wapak lineup.
292 hitter on the season. He scored 17 runs, has 12 RBIs from his number 9 spot in the order.
2-1 offering. That one high strike.
Well, the scoreboard says 3-0.
Well, they're going to change it now. They're in the process.
Yeah, there they good. Okay.
Fooled them, but it didn't fool me.
Got
2-1 offering.
Did it hit him? Must not have.
Did
Boy,
not.
Yeah, it looked like it. From
Mullen
our viewpoint, which is kind of an askewed angle here.
able to turn away from it. He's got the count in his favor, 3 balls and a strike. And he's going to draw the walk.
First walk of the game for Isaiah Tilsey.
So Grant Jolly, who began the first frame for Wapak by lifting a fly ball into center field, step up, 1 on, 1 out, bottom half of inning number 3.
Jarrett Mullen has 14 stolen bases on the season, second on the club.
First offering, that one in for a strike. Tilsey not really worried about that runner at first base. He'll come back one that just misses. It's going to even the count, 1 ball, 1 strike for good measure. Tilsey with the basket catch coming back from the catcher. The 1-1, this is a bouncer to the right side. Nice job. That one's going to be thrown away. Golden had a nice job to get that up. They're going to throw out.
Tilsey went over and backed it up and made a wonderful throw to the shortstop after the air.
So Mullen's going to end up at third. So Jolly, trying to go to second on the throwing error, is thrown out. He is the second out of the inning, but there's a runner at third for Drew Bailey.
That's going to be a 4-1-6 put out. And in the process of all that, Mullen ends up at third base.
So Drew Bailey, who struck out his first time up, trying to bring in this runner from third, break this tie. He's got the count in his favor now, 2 balls, no strikes.
Bailey has 21 RBIs on the season. A little meeting at the mound activity here as the count goes to 2-0.
Catcher just trying to calm down his pitcher. Which, by the way, I can't believe we haven't gone this far and not mentioned the Columbian jerseys, the blue with the pinstripes. 2-0 offering, that one sails high as well. Same thing happened when he walked Mullen. Mullen looked at a bunch eye level. It does get that 3-0 automatic strike across.
Took something off of that one to get his 3-1 count.
It's 3-1 now on the way. This one through the left side. It's going to bring in Mullen, an RBI single for Drew Bailey. And on the least famous Recipe Chicken scoreboard, Wapak strikes first, and they take a 1-0 lead.
Big hit right there with 2 out. You think that this could be a very low-scoring game the way both pitchers are throwing today. Get a big 2-out hit right there, and the error helped set that up.
That is going to bring up Griffin Miracle, the catcher for the Redskins. He hit one back to the pitcher his first time up. So Bailey's at first, 1 run in as Wapak leads 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. The 1-0 offering, that one misses.
You can see the runner, Bailey. He's dancing around at first base, just kind of daring Tilsey to make a play, or certainly to distract him before he goes to the plate.
Yeah, he was halfway down to second. He came back. Tilsey worried about the batter. 2 outs. He'll fire a strike in there.
There he
we do
looks
get
at
that
him.
throw, yes.
You know, Tilsey doesn't appear to even look over his shoulder at him. His view sight is very small when he peripheral vision trying to see where Bailey's at over there.
2-1's a bouncer right to the shortstop. Egbert will grab it on the bounce. All he's got to do is step on the bag at second for the force, and that will do it for the third inning. But Wapak able to scratch out a run. They lead 1-0 after 3, and we'll take a timeout here on WOSN. Well, Wapakoneta able to come through with a run in the bottom half of the third mark, able to said the offense has done just enough this tournament, done the same thing, took advantage of an error, manufactured enough, take a 1-0 lead.
Well, you know, if you're Columbian, you look at how that inning progressed, and the three things that just kind of kill you in tournament baseball as Bailey goes back to the mound. You get started out with a walk to the number 9 hitter. You have a throwing error by your second baseman, sends that person all the way to third, and then a 2-out hit. So three things that you don't want to have happen with the Tiffin Columbian did happen. So far, through 3 innings anyway, Bailey has thrown 43 pitches, 25 of them for strikes.
So Bradley Willman followed the first pitch back to the screen. Now he's got the count 2 balls and a strike. Willman lifted a fly ball in the center field his first time up. And now he's going to pound one into the ground right at Jolly at short. Grant able to get throw over in time as the leadoff man retired in the top half of the 4th.
Jolly went down to a knee to make the play that time. Still got up and had plenty of time to make a throw.
It's going to bring up Blake Galden. He started the second inning by striking out. One of 4 strikeout victims so far for Drew Bailey. His first one has to be scooped up off the dirt for ball 1. Wind is still a little bit of a factor. It looks like it might have died down maybe slightly.
Still blowing in, though, from left field. It'd be tough to get one deep in left field today.
2-0 offering. This one is
a really nice pitch.
Yeah.
Put that ball right on his fist.
Right back to the screen where nobody flinched with that netting.
Saw something last night, Randy, that I've not seen in high school baseball. Will get this pitch in.
2-1 offering cut on and missed.
A broken bat sawed it off right at the handle, just above the fist. The barrel ended up out near the shortstop, and to break one of those composite bats.
And it's something not seen all that often.
No, sir. There's a good strikeout.
Second time Galden goes down, it is another Binkley Real Estate strikeout. Binkley Real Estate is effective sales approach, effective marketing campaigns, an extensive network that will get you results that move you.
5th strikeout of the game.
It's going to bring up the first baseman, Connor Reese, and he's going to foul one off right at the plate. Reese was a fly-out victim his first time up. Drew Bailey getting in a bit of a routine. He allowed a 2-out walk in the first, gave up 2-out single in the second, a leadoff single in the third.
And what he would really like to do here, Randy, is, we just put one on the board. Let's get 3 quick outs and get back in there and get the bats going again. And he's on the way to doing that with the first 2 batters going down.
Now that 1-1 offering is an off-speed pitch in for a strike.
Really good pitch. Backdoor breaking ball. Got it on the outside part of the plate.
Now the 1-2 offering, that one comes in just low. As we said in our pregame, winner's going to move on to Crushers.
Crushers, yep.
There's multiple Crushers, not just one Crusher. Okay. Crusher Stadium in Avon. They're going to take on Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's. So their coaches are here today.
Yeah, coaching staff is sitting to our left. They won their district on Thursday evening.
It's the full count pitch to Reese, comes in low. So Connor Reese will draw the 2-out walk. is the second of the day issued by Bailey. So here's Ethan Wilcox. Hit a 2-out single in the second frame. First offering just off the plate.
Well, after rolling along fairly smoothly through the first two hitters, all of a sudden had a little trouble finding the strike zone.
Off-speed pitch. This one line to right, but able to slide over is Blake Rogers. He'll make the grab for out number 3. So for the third time in 4 innings, a runner gets on with 2 outs, but Wapak gets out of trouble. 1-0 they lead. We'll take a timeout here on WOSN. Mason Ludwig is stepping in as we begin the bottom half of inning number 4 as he'll take the opening pitch from Isaiah Tilsey, belt high for strike 1.
Last inning, Tilsey threw 17 pitches, 7 of them for strikes. So for the game, 45 pitches, 27 strikes for Isaiah Tilsey.
So for Ludwig, second at bat, second time leading off an inning, as that one is going to catch the umpire in the shoulder. So he turned out of the way as well, and that is the one part that is not protected by any padding. So
we will have really, really good coaching.
Yep.
The Tiffin Columbian coach, Nick Weber, comes out. He talks to the umpire. Coach Brandt talks to his batter and give the umpire a chance to recover a little bit. That's really good coaching on both parts.
You got to like Wasner stepping out to go talk to his pitcher.
Good point.
So he gives the home plate umpire gives the thumbs up to everyone. We're good to go. So 1 ball, 1 strike now. The count to Ludwig. So Ludwig was a strikeout victim his first time up. He's going to take another one. So he's behind 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Each pitcher's given up 2 hits in the game.
1-2, that
maybe
one.
Maybe a third.
Yeah, off the fist or the handle.
Yep.
Drops into shallow right field for a leadoff single.
That it did. Got right in on the fists, and he was able to just flare it, muscle it out over the first baseman's head, and now we're going to have a little discussion with Coach Brandt. Maybe a pinch runner?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, the umpire's gone to the scorecard, and it looks like we do see a young man popping out of that Wapak dugout underneath us. And, of course, a number 9 not on the roster.
Braden Wireman.
Okay.
Braden Wireman will run. I can see if Braden has any numbers here. But he will run for the designated hitter Ludwig.
I'm going to guess up off the JV team. So leadoff man aboard.
Here comes the bunt look.
More squares to bunt. He will take it back, but he'll take it for strike 1. Some more singled his first time up. He hit one that dropped down in that left field line. Wapak trying to play for an insurance run, up 1-0 here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Punt popped up in the air. Tilsey's going to grab that, and they are going to double up the runner.
Boy, there's your athlete again. What a great play Tilsey made. He covered a lot of ground to catch that ball in the air and then a double play. What a play he made.
So the double play takes away the runner, clears the bases. They're now 2 outs. And Darren Hauser, the third baseman, will step in. This 4th inning brought to you by IC Signs and Wapakoneta, local, fast, and friendly. Check us out at icsigns.net as Hauser will take strike 1.
Wireman's thinking he's not going to get to that. I got to get myself down to second base, and what a play made by Tilsey.
This is the second time we've seen him make a pretty solid play coming off the mound. Cut on and missed there for Hauser.
That fastball tied him up, got it on the inside part of the plate under the fists. See if he goes away with something here.
Now the 0-2 offering, cut on and missed. The Binkley Real Estate strikeout will end the inning. Well, just when Wapak thinks they've got something going, it's the leadoff single does nothing. We are through 4, 1-0 Wapak. We'll take a timeout here at WOSN. Moving very quickly on to the top half of inning number 5, and the premier sponsor for Wapakoneta is Ely Funeral Home and Crematory, a name you can trust and a proud supporter of Wapak Athletics. So be hitters 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Tornadoes.
Drew Bailey last inning threw 17 pitches, only 8 of them for strikes. So for the game, 60 pitches and 33 of them for strikes today. Drew Bailey.
First offering here is not a strike as they'll check down to first. Jameson Wasner, the catcher, struck out to end the second inning. Starts things off now as one fouled off the shoulder of his counterpart, Griffin Miracle.
And now it's the umpire's turn to walk around a little bit, to sweep the plate off and let the catcher catch his breath a little bit. I should mention, Randy, these pitch counts are semi-accurate. I do the best I can, but sometimes you get watching the action, you forget to write something down. But they're close.
A 1-1 offering, this one fouled to the backstop. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count.
Good breaking ball.
I find it hard to believe involved with anything you and counting. It would be wrong.
Well.
1-2 offering. What we're getting, you know what we should do? We should get you 2 golf clickers, and you can
yeah,
just hit
you could do that.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
You know, that's correct because when I play golf, I need 2 clickers.
They do go into the hundreds, like they'll.
Well,
I know this from experience.
You know, actually, I haven't played golf in quite a while. I have bowled some, but you don't lose as many balls when you bowl. Grandkids love to bowl.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. Full count.
And it's going to be taken high. It's a leadoff walk to begin the top half of this 5th frame. See what I did there?
I did. Frame. Good. 3rd walk, and, you know, when you're down towards the bottom of the order, you got a 1-run lead. You walk the leadoff hitter, the number 8 guy, and brings up a guy who had a base hit his first time up. So treading on some shaky ground here.
And it's going to square to bunt. It's going to foul this one off at the plate. Runner going. So Columbian had something moving. Trying to make up the difference. 1-0. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for Wapak. 0-2-1 for Columbian on our Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken scoreboard.
Hauser going to charge this.
Looking at bunting. Yeah,
up in the air. Can they get to it? Diving effort by Moore. Not quite able to get to it, though.
So that will give Egbert another opportunity.
Let's see if the bunt stays on from Coach Weber.
Comes down from the box at third.
His comments to his batter did not appear to be very positive. I think he was very happy he got that ball up in the air.
The Wapak defense playing as if the bunt's still on, and it is. Charged in, played well at third base. Nice play for Hauser. Charging in, got the leadoff runner at second.
He absolutely did. Hauser was, of course, in on the grass to begin with, and the moment he saw that the ball was going to be in the grass, he made a great play and knocked off the player at first base, or the runner was at second base.
So Egbert becomes the runner at first. He's there with 1 out. Here's Jackson Little, the right fielder and the leadoff man for Columbian, as Bailey will check that runner. Little 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a flyout. Bailey's first offering is going to be cut on and missed for strike 1.
I like the play by Jolly at shortstop, too. He took the throw that time, thought about making the throw across the diamond, said, why waste the opportunity? Here's a steal attempt.
And the runner's going to get the bag easily as the ball bounces away from Miracle behind the plate.
Second stolen base today for Egbert. He had one after he singled in inning number 3, and now a runner in scoring position with 1 out.
We mentioned that Wapak's allowed some base runners. Most of the time it's been when there's 2 outs. Now Columbian trying to make something happen here. This pitch is just off the plate. It's 2-1 now the count.
As a matter of fact, Randy, Tiffin's left a runner on base every inning as we're into the fifth.
2-1. This one is going to be slow hit. Jolly trying to get the throw in time. He will on the cutout on the grass. So there is now 2 outs, and a runner's going to go to third base.
What a play by Jolly. That was not an easy ball to get to, and then to put so much on it. He made the throw so well, got there very quickly. The runner does move up to third, but Jolly made a really nice play.
So that is going to leave it up to the left fielder, Jace Arias. He is 0 for 2. Bouncer to third. Hauser has time after the ball gets away from him. He's able to make the play, and Wapak is going to hang on to the lead.
Playing in tight he was, but he bobbled it just a bit, but because he was in so close, he's able to make the play and throw him out. Good play.
So leadoff walk does no damage. Columbian will strand a runner at third. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Still a 1-0 Wapak, and we'll take a timeout here on WOSF. Bottom third of the order due up for Wapak here as we move to the bottom half of the fifth inning. This fifth inning brought to you by IC Signs and Wapakoneta, local, fast, and friendly. Check us out at icsigns.net.
IC Signs and Ethan Brandt looking down for the sign from the third base coach. I think he said hit the baseball.
Gotta love that, right? Leadoff man steps in, look.
Yep.
Coach is giving me the sign that says get on base.
And he grounded short.
Try to. This one grounded too short. Egbert, it's the throw across in time. There's 1 pitch and 1 out in the bottom half of the fifth inning.
34 strikes in 54 pitches for Isaiah Tilsey through the first 4 innings, and gets a quick one here.
And 1-0 our score. So we play the bottom of the fifth on our Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken scoreboard. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, located in Wapak, Davos, St. Mary's, and now open in Upper Sandusky. Lee's is not just famous for chicken, we're famous for catering too. As Fisher takes one low for ball 1. Fisher laid down a bunt, his only other plate appearance this afternoon. It's Tilsey with that overhand fastball in for a strike. Evens count at 1-1. Now the 1-1 offering is a looper. Shallow center field. That one's going to drop out in front of Wilcox. It's the 4th hit of the afternoon for Wapak.
Just put it out there, what we used to call Texas Leaguer, Randy. Bloop it over the second baseman the second base. Nobody can get to it. Good job, though, by Wilcox to keep it in front of him. So no chance to move up, and here's the number 9 hitter, Mullen. Walked last time.
He did. He scored the only run of the game. Able to move around, thanks in part to a throwing error that was in that inning as well.
Yep, Tilsey's only run today was an unearned run on a throw by the second baseman, allowed him to get all the way to third. Here's a surprise. Willman's playing in tight at third base.
Mullen not really showing a sign to bunt now. He does as the ball's going to get away, and that is going to allow Fisher to move up to second.
Moves up on the wild pitch. First wild pitch of the game today for either pitcher. But now with just a single out, you've got a runner in scoring position. And Jolly's on deck too.
Tilsey checks the runner, 1-1 offering on its way. Cut on and missed by Mullins, so he's down 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's a good pitch down low and in the zone. He went down and tried to get it, but just too much on it from Tilsey.
Now the 1-2 offering, cut on and missed as well. It's another Binkley Real Estate strikeout. And it is the second out of the inning, and it brings up the top of the order, and Grant Jolly.
6th strikeout today for Isaiah Tilsey.
And the strikeouts today brought to you by Binkley Real Estate. Has an effective sales approach, effective marketing campaigns, an extensive network that'll get you results that move you.
This is an interesting conversation. The point is here, Jolly at his .515 average is in the batter's box, and you've got an open base at first. So do you put him on and pitch to Bailey? Well, Bailey's got a hit today. In fact, he's got an RBI today. So what do you choose to do? And that's what Coach Weber went to discuss things with his pitching staff and his pitcher Tilsey, and also have the whole infield in on that one. Short meeting, though.
Yeah, Jolly flied out to center and reached on went to first on an error and then was thrown out at second trying to advance. And the ball skipped away in front of the Tiffin Columbian dugout on the first base side.
Well, they're not going to intentionally walk him. Let's see if they give him anything to hit.
First one in for strike, they do.
Yes. Kind of a fastball to the up part of the zone.
So the Tornadoes choosing to go after leadoff hitter for Wapak. Came in 2 today, batting .515. Slow roller to second. That one's going to get through. Big turn at third is Fisher. He's going to come in without a throw. And on the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken scoreboard, Wapak's now got a 2-0 lead.
How about that? Both of the runs have scored on 2-out base hits. So timely hitting. Jolly this time, Bailey the first time, and it's 2-0. Good piece of baseball that time as Fisher scores the run.
Yeah, I got to give Blake Galden, the second baseman of Columbian, some kudos. Made every effort he could to keep that on the infield.
That he did.
It just squirts by him, and Wapak adds an insurance run here in the bottom of the fifth. First offering comes in high, so Drew Bailey, the pitcher, what Mark had mentioned earlier, has RBI single his last time up.
Jolly's got 23 stolen bases and a pretty good lead at first base. Tells you he's got that high leg kick.
2 outs. They're going to go after, it looks like, the batter here in Bailey. Tilsey not even checking the runner at first. Next offering comes inside. 2 balls and a strike now to Drew Bailey. Now Bailey will foul one back.
Good cut. Just got underneath it a little bit. Fouled it straight back to make it 2-2.
Feels like a big moment of the game and a 2-0 lead. 2-2 offering. That one drops low. It's going to run the count full.
And with 2 outs, that will allow Jolly to take off at first base. And he's got good wheels, hit of any distance. He might even be able to score from first base.
There he goes. 3-2 pitch. This one lined over the head of the left fielder. Zarias went back, and coming around is Jolly. He's going to score standing up on the double from Drew Bailey, his second RBI of the game. And Wapak on the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken scoreboard makes it 3-0.
Yet another example of a 2-out hit, and that time he just drove the ball, and you drove the ball into the wind that time. We're going to get a pinch runner that will step in here for Bailey. And how about what he's done today? He's pitched a shutout through 5. And he's driven in 2 runs with 2 hits, that one being a double. Here's our pinch runner going to check in. And that is number 24, Cole Springer.
First batter we've seen get one up in the air and drive it over the head of any of the outfielders. This is a big park, probably bigger than what these teams are used to playing at.
You could tell that one surprised the left fielder, Braden Wireman, because that got over his head. He kind of looked at it for a moment, then went back. It was too late.
First offering to Griffin. Miracle comes in low, so Miracle hit one back to the pitcher and also hit into a fielder's choice today. Now he's got a chance to add on to this lead with a pinch runner at second. 2 runs already in this inning for Wapak as they're up 3-0.
That was the 18th pitch of this inning, so things starting to mount up a little bit on Tilsey.
It's the 1-1 offering. One is going to be in for a strike.
Of course, Tilsey threw 47 pitches on Thursday in their win over Lexington. And back here Saturday afternoon as the starter.
Tilsey, a long look, shaking off signs. He'll find something he likes, but Miracle in that cat and mouse game will step out.
You know, the last time he shook him off several times, he went with a slow breaking ball. Let's see what happens this time.
Now that 1-2
no,
offering.
It was definitely not a slow breaking ball.
But it is strike 3, and the Binkley Real Estate strikeout will end the threat. But Wapak, 2 more runs. They've got 3 through 5 as they lead this district championship game, and we'll take a timeout here on WOSN. Isaiah Tilsey will lead things off for Columbian as we move to the top half of the 6th inning. In this game today is presented by Charles River in Spencerville. Proud to support area athletes and students. Visit criver.com for more information. Big cut and a miss for Tilsey there as we begin the 6th from Drew Bailey.
Through 5 innings, Drew Bailey has thrown 74 pitches, 41 of them for strikes.
Hasn't really had a lot of trouble, although Columbian did leave a runner stranded at third back in the 5th frame.
And they have stranded a runner in every single inning, but only 1 runner in every single inning. So not pitching with a lot of guys on base today.
Pitch away from the plate. It's going to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Tilsey with a walk and a fly out.
How much easier it is for Bailey with a 3-0 lead, too, with just 2 innings to go. You know, when you're trying to protect a 1-run lead, everything's got to be perfect, and now you can just kind of relax and play your game.
Bailey will fire 2-2 offering. Ground ball to third. Good throw across the diamond from Darren Hauser. Hauser's had a good day defensively.
I think they all have. You know, I think this is a game where you haven't seen an error on the part of Wapak yet. They fielded the ball cleanly, thrown it cleanly. Been a good game defensively for them.
It's going to bring up the third baseman, Bradley Willman. Willman 0 for 2 today with a fly out and a ground out. So he'll take ball 1 to begin his 3rd at bat. So if you are Wapak and you do this correctly, you might not have to face the top of the order again for Columbian. Here's a ball high in the air, right center field. This one is going to split the outfielders. That one's going to get all the way to the wall. Willman on his way to second. So second batter we've seen, Mark, get up into that wind. He didn't think anyone would muscle it out of here. That's the best we might do today in a big double for the Tornadoes.
That was. He kind of one-hopped the wall out there. Good play by Wapak to get the ball back into the infield, keep it from being a triple. And, of course, Willman being down 3-0 didn't want to risk a run to third. We're going to get a runner for him.
So Dallas Glenn will become the pinch runner. And noticeable difference in size between batter and runner.
And perhaps speed as well, do you think? Dallas Glenn?
I'm going to guess the coach knows what he's doing. There's a reason why he's in there to run. Trying to make something happen. Columbian trails 3-0 on the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken scoreboard. First pitch cut on and missed. As we've got actually a pinch hitter in as well.
We've got a pinch hitter here. Number 9 is pinch hitting. I need to find my roster and figure out who that is.
Kaysen Daly. So Kaysen Daly will be the pinch hitter. So Golden, a couple of strikeouts today.
Well, guess what happened to Mr. Daly? That spot in the order, the 5 spot in the order, has been a strikeout spot today for Drew Bailey.
Yeah, it's another Binkley Real Estate strikeout. Binkley Real Estate's effective sales approach, effective marketing campaigns, an extensive network that'll get you results that move you. So the strikeout, second out of the inning. And it's going to bring up Connor Reese as there's one that's going to bounce its way to the plate. And that will allow the runner to move up to third. So Dallas Glenn stands at third, 2 outs.
First wild pitch of the game for Drew Bailey.
It's Connor Reese 0 for 1 with a walk.
Wapak's been able to score with 2 out hits. Let's see what Columbian does.
Pitch off the plate. 2 balls, no strikes now to Connor Reese, the big first baseman for Columbian. 2-0 offering that one in for a strike. And this one fouled away, so to make it 2 balls and 1 strike.
Solid contact, but late on the swing, sends it down the third baseline.
Columbian came in 2 today, number 7 seed in this district already. Again, went on the road, knocked off the top seed Defiance in a sectional final. It's now trying to take out the top 2 teams of the WBL. 2-2 offering.
Of course, the league that they're in, the Sandusky Bay Conference, they are in the Lake Division. Huge changes coming next year. The top 10 teams, the biggest 10 teams, are moving to another league of their own.
So can you name me what the league will look like at the end of this season?
No.
Okay.
Because we get a walk here. And with timeout, as we see the catcher, Miracle is going to go out and talk to Bailey a little bit.
I know Ottawa Hills and Northwood are going, and other teams are leaving. And it goes from 3 divisions to 1.
Exactly. The top 10 teams, they've already been in, Lake Division, River Division. Mm-hmm. There's like 3 of them. And the biggest 10 schools are going to move into their own conference next year as number 20 steps in, and that's Wilcox.
He's got himself a single today and a flyout. Runners on the corners with 2 gone. There's a strike to the center fielder for Columbian.
Again, Tiffin Columbian looking for a 2-out hit.
0-1 off speed pitch. Have Wilcox missing, so he's behind. No balls, 2 strikes.
And a good play by Miracle behind the plate. The ball was in the dirt, but he was able to snag it with his glove. And the runner just goes, and Dave Bowen tells me that's called defensive indifference.
Yeah, trying to draw a throw to let your runner at third go.
But it does put runners on second and third here. And hit right to the first baseman. What a play.
Yeah, nice job. Joel Moore snags that in the air for out number 3. So Wapak able to get out of trouble. So he even gets a congratulatory high five from the Columbian coach, make it his way across the diamond. 3-0 our score. We move to the bottom of the 6th, and we'll take a timeout here on WOSN. Well, nice job by the Wapak defense. Got out a little bit of a jam there as Columbian put runners on the corners with 2 outs, but a liner right to Joel Moore at first was able to get out of trouble, and Wapak will now bat up 3-0 here in the bottom half of inning number 6.
Tilsey's thrown 74 pitches, 48 of them through strikes. He threw 20 pitches last inning, though. See if there's any wear coming on that young man who has pitched hard today. Almost everything he throws has got velocity to it.
Yeah, Mason Ludwig, the designated hitter, will lead things off. He'll take a ball. Now he will takes a strike there. So Ludwig today with a single and a strikeout. Take a 1-1 pitch coming here. That one comes in low. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Wapak. 0-3-1 for Columbian. Those are the numbers on our least famous recipe chicken scoreboard. Now the 2-1 offering. Big cut. And that one taken for a strike.
Pitch at the top of the zone that time and just challenged the hitter. Makes it a 2-2 count.
Tilsey would love nothing more than to get out of this with any sort of trouble.
Give his team a chance when you go into the top of the 7th.
And he's going to get help there as he will get strike 3. It's a Binkley Real Estate strikeout and begins our 6th inning.
With his 7th strikeout of the game. Walked 1 today. Actually walked 2 today. And has thrown a single wild pitch.
So that's going to bring up Joel Moore, the first baseman. He singled, then popped up a bunt. He's going to pop another one up, this one on the infield. And calling off everyone is the shortstop, Braden Egbart, who will make the grab for out number 2.
And we're going to get a pinch hitter, maybe. Let's see, Coach Branson talking. We're going to get number 10.
Yeah, Hauser's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, so it wouldn't surprise me if he wants to try something different.
Preston Hinkle for Hauser.
So Hinkle becomes the pinch hitter. 2 gone in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Backup catcher.
He will look at ball 1.
Hinkle on the season is hitting .250.
The offering comes in. That one's going to be fouled back to the screen. This 6th inning brought to you by IC Signs and Wapakoneta, local, fast, and friendly. Check us out at icsigns.net. Hinkle crowding that plate in a right-handed batter's box. The 1-1 offering. One will be in for a strike.
Slider that time, hard breaking ball.
Now the 1-2 offering. One will just miss. It evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
See Tilsey a little upset with himself. Didn't put that pitch where he wanted it.
Now he comes 2-2 offering. That one comes in high.
And with that, he tried to overthrow that pitch.
Sure did.
He was frustrated with that the 4th pitch of the inning, or 4th pitch of the at-bat, and then overthrew that one. See if he settles down here.
Full count pitch coming to Hinkle. Is going to be fouled back to the screen. We'll do it again.
Good at bat for Hinkle. 6-pitch bat. This will be the 7th one as he battles. Full count.
Tilsey shakes off the first sign. Ready to go. Another full count offering. 3-2 pitch. A defensive swing snagged at first base.
Got a breaking ball that time on the inner part of the plate and got it off his fists and fouled it down to the first base coach.
And does a nice job staying alive for the 3rd time now.
Yeah.
We'll see a full count pitch coming. And the 3-2 offering, cut on and missed. And the Binkley Real Estate strikeout will end the inning. So Wapak goes in order. But they're going to carry a 3-0 lead into the 7th. We'll have that 7th inning for you when we return here on WOSM. Wapak carries the lead into the top half of the 7th inning. The premier sponsor for Wapakoneta today is Ely Funeral Home and Crematory, name you can trust and a proud supporter of Wapak Athletics. So Jamison Wasner, the catcher, lead things off. So be hitters 8, 9, and 1. The 3 due up for the Tornadoes here in the top of the 7th.
Through 6 innings, Drew Bailey has thrown 93 pitches, 52 of them for strikes. He starts out with a strike here in the 7th.
It's a liner. That one is going to reach the outfield grass into left field. Zach Fisher will have to race over and retrieve that one, and a leadoff single on the board for the Tornadoes.
Just exactly what Tiffin wanted to do, get that leadoff hitter on. They trail by 3.
It's going to bring up the shortstop, Braden Egbert. He's got a single reached on a fielder's choice today. So Columbian will have to do something they haven't done all afternoon. That is string some hits together.
Hauser's in at 3rd base. Egbert tried to bunt earlier today.
First offering, this one is going to be hit foul.
6 strikeouts and 3 walks today for Bailey.
This one bouncer off Bailey, trying to field it in time. A nice job, Egbert, hustling down the line. Believe he got a score that a hit, just how fast that came back at Bailey. That is going to be a hit.
They did, yep. That ball was smoked up the middle, and now we're going to get Coach Brandt's going to go to the mound and have a little discussion. I want to make sure I think that Drew Bailey's okay, and with that he comes back.
So the infielders all huddle as well, and they were told to get back.
Yeah, because when the coach talks to you, it's just, are you hurt? If you bring everybody in, then it counts as a charge timeout. Here's the left-handed Jackson Little.
Yeah, so we get to the top of the order. And the first pitch is a bouncer for ball 1. So Little today 0 for 3. Struck out in the first, flied out in the third, grounded out in the 5th.
Good job blocking the ball by Miracle to keep the runners at first and second.
And the 1-0 offering, that one comes in high. 2 balls, no strikes, the leadoff man for Columbian.
This pitch coming up will be the 100th pitch of the day for Drew Bailey.
So we mentioned Jolly ineligible, as there's a strike after his effort in the semifinal. So don't know how deep into this staff you would go. You've got Hauser, Moore. This defense now backing up for Wapak.
Well, Tiffin Columbian has left runners on base in every inning, a total of 7 through 6. And they're looking for clutch hits here.
As Little will take a strike, runs the count full. 3-2 offering. Called strike 3, another Binkley real estate strikeout for Bailey.
Big start to the inning with 2 runners on to get a called strike 3 with a pitch on the inside part of the plate. That becomes strikeout number 7. Came at a great time.
And our strikeouts today brought to you by Binkley Real Estate. It has an effective sales approach, effective marketing campaigns, and extensive network that will get you results that move you. First offering, this one is going to drop in to left for a base hit. So Arias up to swing early, and he's going to load the base a second time this inning. Someone's just blooped one into left field for a base hit.
Just a solid contact play. Now here comes that meeting at the mound, because you've got Isaiah Tilsey hitting, a .413 hitter on the season. In fact, I'm looking to see how many RBIs Tilsey has on the season. Is it on this page?
Nope, this one.
This one? Yeah.
17 a team leader.
RBI, yep. With just a single out, comes our home plate umpire up to break this up.
Well, what's tournament baseball without a little drama?
Exactly. Of course, Bailey stays in the game. He's not reached that 100 pitch or 125 pitch mark yet, but with 1 out, here's Tilsey. Each team with 6 hits now.
And nowhere to put him when the base is loaded.
In at the corners.
First offering to Tilsey, that one off the plate for ball 1.
We can't see the bullpen area from here. Oh, big swing. So we don't know if Coach Brandt has anybody up throwing, and if so, who that would be from our vantage point.
One offering coming, off-speed pitch, just fouled away.
Talk about somebody trying to get 4 runs on the board in a hurry. Tilsey's taken 2 monster cuts here, and now is in a hole at 1 and 2.
Comes that 1-2 offering, that one just off the plate. Miracle held it for an extra moment. Just make sure that home plate umpire gets a good look.
That's a tough pitch to take in the 7th inning, down by 3. Good eye from Tilsey.
2-2 offering coming. One fouled back to the screen as Tilsey will stay alive.
He was right on that pitch.
We've seen a couple of guys get one and going to blast it through that wind. Next batter being one of them in Willman. Tilsey trying to do the same thing. Here's one. Bounces its way in. Miracle, another nice job. Keep it in front of him.
It was. Now we've got a full count. No place to put him. Coach Weber steps out of the coaching box to give Tilsey a little instruction, maybe a little encouragement.
Full count pitch on its way. That one is called strike 3.
How about that? A called strike 3. Great pitch that time from Bailey.
It's another Binkley Real Estate strikeout, and it's going to bring up Bradley Willman. And Willman just muscled a double in that right center field gap his last time up. Columbian could use another one of those right now. Bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the 7th.
Infield back at normal depth now. Good pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, and another good play by Miracle.
And Willman tried to hold up, but he couldn't. 7th inning brought to you by IC Signs in Wapakoneta. Local, fast, and friendly. Check us out at icsigns.net. Now the 0-1 offering, that one off the plate. It's going to even the count 1 ball and 1 strike to the cleanup man for the Tornadoes. Double his only hit today. He's got a fly out to center and a ground out to short.
This will be the 21st pitch of this inning. Breaking ball. Great pitch. Froze him with one on the inside part of the plate.
A spot that Bailey hasn't gone to a lot today.
1-2.
Columbian down to their final strike. 1-2 offering. Swung on and missed. It's going to end with a Binkley Real Estate strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the game. And Wapakoneta off to the regional tournament as they're going to claim a 3-0 win this afternoon over Tiffin Columbian.
How about the line score? You look at what Tiffin Columbian did today. No runs, 6 hits. They have a single error. They left 10 men on base in 7 innings of baseball. So when Wapak needed outs, they got them. 8 strikeouts today for Bailey. Just a 6-hitter, and he pitched extremely well, and he had a couple of big hits as well today from Drew Bailey. So the defense was outstanding for Wapak, and Bailey was really good.
3-0 the final under scoreboard. And our scoreboard this afternoon has been brought to you by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, located in Wapak, Delva, St. Mary's, and now open in Upper Sandusky. Lee's is not just famous for chicken. We're famous for catering, too. But the difference between coming up in clutch situations for each team, Wapak, when they needed to, got some big plays. Columbian just came up short. Had, like you said, Mark, had runners on every inning.
Well, just like we said, Randy, all of the Wapakoneta runs scored with 2 outs. So big hits at the correct time for Tiffin Columbian, and Bailey said, no, you're not going to get big hits against me with runners on base and 2 outs, and his defense played extremely well. Look at the play made at first and third and short. Those guys had really good games today, and it's just an all-around team victory. Congratulations to the Wapakoneta Redskins. Go to 20-5 on the season to get to play in the regional tournament next week.
Yep, trophies on their way downstairs as we speak. So they're going to have some district hardware to hand out. And, Mark, I think that's going to wrap it up for us today.
All you guys in Wapak, you need to take a vacation day on June 4th because your team plays at Avon at 2 o'clock against Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's, and you might as well take the day off and go watch high school baseball.
Yeah, might as well. So off to Crushers Stadium. That is on Wednesday, I believe, right?
The 4th.
Yeah, okay.
Well, good enough for me. I think that's Wednesday.
Next month. Who knows?
I think it's Wednesday.
So congratulations to Wapak. They're off to the regional tournament as they get the 3-0 win this afternoon over Tiffin Columbian. So, Coach, anything else?
This has been a good time, Randy. We haven't had a chance to do baseball together and haven't worked many big games at all together. Really appreciate what you did for us today. Good job.
Well, appreciate it. So appreciate everyone for watching. 3-0 is the final. Wapak off to the regional tournament with a win over Tiffin Columbian. So for Mark Shine, our entire WOSN crew, I'm Randy Roberts. Thanks for watching, everyone.